Hi guys, it's Down Under Monkey, and this is my entry for Chirael's 100 subscriber giveaway. Hashtag welcome to Locksport. First of all, Chirael, mate, your channel's amazing. Just keep doing you because it's working, and well done. Keep the content coming. The themes for the videos was advice you would like to have been given when you started out, or advice that you were given when you started out. So my advice is actually inside this box, and this was golden to me, so I'm going to share it with everyone else. A marker. Doesn't seem like much. However, when you're working with spools, now this particular lock I know contains spools in at least 4 chambers. Now this was a game changer for me. This was one of the first locks I ever got given that had spools in it, and for the life of me I could not pick it. I did not know what was going on. I tried raking it, which doesn't work, but then the guy that gave it to me showed me this one little tip. Take your marker, take your tension bar. Now you've just got to mark a straight line. Doesn't matter where it is on the cylinder, but as long as the cylinder and the lock body line up with the line you've drawn. Oh, that's a bit smudgy. Maybe you should have let that dry a bit longer. So as long as they line up when the lock is in its neutral position, it'll be okay. So the purpose of the line, when we put our tension bar in, the line pretty well stays lined up. Mostly, there's always a little bit of play in locks, but when you put the lock into a false set, that's when you figure out what the line actually does. Okay, so there's a little bit of movement on that line now. Once I pop the next pin, you'll see what that line does. It's moved across a little bit more. Now I pop the next pin, and it's moved across a little bit more. See how the line's not entirely straight anymore? So we know that we're in a false set. Now if I pop the last pin, now you can see exactly how far out that is. So that means what the spool is jamming up in this shear line. That's a good thing, because now we know exactly where we are in the lock. Now if I go back to this, you're going to see some counter rotation. So if I go to the front pin, watch my finger up here on the tension bar, and also watch this line down here. When you're lifting the spooled pin at the front, it's actually turning the tension bar back. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to be steady. See how the tension bar moves backwards and forwards? Alright, and then you pop it open. And then when you let it go, it all lines back up again. So that was the advice that was given to me. Draw a line here. Once you're in a false set, the lines won't line up anymore, and you'll know exactly where you are. And don't worry about that, it rubs off eventually. So just a marker, that's all you need. Nothing brilliant, no super science degrees or anything like that. Just a simple line, just to know where you are. And eventually, once you get used to it, you won't need the marker anymore. But for the start, I suggest doing that. It's really good for finding out exactly where you are. So, I don't actually need the locks that Chirael is giving away. I already have most of the ones that are there. So I'm going to nominate somebody to give the prizes to. He's a young bloke. We've been talking on Discord. He's newer to the sport, and I think he needs a little bit of love and some more locks to pick. So I'm nominating Purple Skull. He's got a couple of videos up at the moment. Go and have a look at him. And yeah, I think he could benefit from a few extra locks in his collection. So that's my entry, and this is who I'm nominating. Thanks so much for all your content, Chirael, and we look forward to everyone else's journey along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun.